bowling ball on the end of a big string, and the string is very strong, so the bowling ball won't, fall off if it gets swinging. Although since it's hanging from the ladder here, it's not going to swing very far. I came in and one of the class that was already in here, you saw me climb up on the ladder and investigate the ceiling.
Yeah.
I thought I might try to hang it from the ceiling, but the pieces of metal that separate the white rectangular ceiling tiles, they're not strong enough. And I didn't want to break the ceiling. I figured, you're nice enough to invite me to your school, I don't want to break your school. So the teachers found a ladder, and we'll hang it from the ladder. And the idea here is that this bowling ball is pretty gosh darn heavy. So just to verify, just to agree that it's heavy, I need a volunteer to come up and just kind of stand under here and lift it up a little bit. Okay, will you just come, just kind of get underneath here and lift it and tell our classmates how heavy it feels. Does it feel as heavy as a, okay? All right, does it feel heavier than an orange? Okay, is it heavier than an orange or lighter than an orange?
Heavier.
Okay. Is it heavier than a hamburger or lighter than a hamburger?
Heavier.
Okay. Is it heavier than a pair of shoes?
No.
No?
Yes.
Think it is? Is it heavier than a jug of milk? Okay, so it's pretty heavy. And I believe it's actually 10 pounds, which is as big as your baby brother or sister when they were born. So now, so the challenge is now with this object that's pretty heavy is we're going to try to move it in different ways. Now, if I come up to it and I just go a teeny little push, I only just barely felt it with my finger, it moves a little bit. Too little for you really to even see. Well, I wonder what would happen if I push on it with a blast of air. I'm going to try. I'm going to see. You saw the cups move when I blasted them. They move pretty easily. Now I'm going to blast the bowling ball. Not so much. Okay. So, how many of you, tell me by raising your hand rather than with your voices, how many of you have ever swung on a swing or pushed someone else on a swing? Okay, good. So a lot of you. All right, rest your hands. Now, think about pushing someone on a swing or swinging on a swing to get them to go higher. To get them to go a lot higher, bigger and bigger, which is the whole point of being on a swing, right? To do that, you have to push at a certain time. Kind of in rhythm, don't you? You have to time it just right. So think of this as pushing someone on a swing, and I wonder if we could get 4 volunteers. Now, listen before you volunteer, because this is a challenge. 4 volunteers to time it, just like pushing someone in a swing, just that perfect rhythm, but push with your breath. So go. And you can only get this bowling ball moving by pushing with your breath. If you think you can work in a team with others and do that, then I want you to raise your hand to volunteer. What do you think? Thumbs up, thumbs down, not so much? You want to volunteer? Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, well, I think in a minute we're going to have a lot of volunteers. So if you have a minute, don't worry. All right, peeps, come on up. Peeps, you're my people. Peeps. You're my science peeps. Okay, so now, if we're going to work as a team, we're going to have to be standing fairly close together. And I think you also could maybe choose to kneel down if you think that would help, to put your breath on the same level as the ball. And just like pushing someone on a swing, we need a rhythm. So, whatever you think, I think maybe if we start out counting to 3, 1, 2, 3, and then all blow. And when I say we all, I mean these guys, because if you blow from this side, and they're blowing from that side, I don't know. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that is fabulous teamwork. Look at it. It's moving. It is moving. Yes, it is. Look at that.
It's going in a circle.
So it took quite a lot of teamwork to get that thing moving even a little bit. Now, well, you can keep blowing if you want, you guys. That's just fine. But let's talk about this. They're taking a little tiny push from their breath, and they're doing it a lot to move this big, heavy ball. That's pretty impressive. Wow. Okay. On the count of 3, stop your efforts. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Now you 4 volunteers who have done fantastic work, thank you very much. You can have a